Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to start reading some of my favorite booktubers' favorite books of 2019. So I'm going to kind of do this like my graphic novel read along. I only have a couple of physical copies, but I'll go through what I'm planning on reading in the next few weeks and I'll take you along while I'm reading them. The first one is The Last True Poets of the Sea, and this was Chelsea's favorite, one of Chelsea's favorites from Chelsea Darling Reads. It's a contemporary, a young adult contemporary. I think, if I remember right, so from what I know of it, her brother tries to take his life, and then it's what happens after that and finding out who she is. And I've heard this is amazing. One of the best books that a lot of people have put on their list, so I'm super excited to read this one. The next one I'm going to read is The Silent Patient, and I actually bought that during a Cyber Monday or a Black Friday sale. So I'm going to read that one on my Kindle. I'm super excited. Definitely on a lot of lists this year. This one I picked because it was Chandler's favorite from her channel, and I'll be linking all these booktubers below. So super excited for that one. That one's a creepy one where the wife kills her husband, but it seemed like they had a perfect marriage, and then after that she won't talk. And I believe a journalist comes in and tries to figure out what is going on. The next one is Howls Moving Castle, and that one is Becca's favorite from Becca and the Book. Becca and the Books. I am going to be listening to the audiobook of this one on Scribd, and it is a middle grade book. I don't really know a whole lot. I kind of wanted to go into it without knowing, just coming off of her recommendation. The next one is The Lies of Locke Lamora, and this is Reagan's favorite from Peruse Project. She actually, when I started watching her channel, she was reading this, and she really loves fantasy. She gave this one high marks and even put it on her 2019 favorite list. So I'm excited to read it. I don't know a whole lot. I think it's like Thieves or a Thief or something like that. So, but it's like blurred by George R.R. Martin, so that's pretty awesome. Fresh, original, engrossing, and gorgeously realized. So we'll find out how this one goes. I know there's more in the series, so if I like this one, I'm planning on going further. And then the last one I'm going to read is Well Met, and that is Heather's favorite from Bookables. That's an adult contemporary. I think it's the one where they go to the Renaissance Fair, but I'm not even sure now that I say that. But all I know is it's a adult contemporary, and Heather really liked it this year. I don't do a ton of adult contemporaries, so excited to check that one out. We'll keep watching and I'll let you know what I think of each of these. Hey, just wanted to check in and let you know that I started 2 of the books that were on my list of favorites from other booktubers in 2019. So the first one I started was listening to Well Met. This was Bookables. I'm trying to think of her first name. I'll remember it at some point. And I am about halfway through, and I am utterly loving it. Like, this is looking up for a 5-star review for me too. I love the characters. It's a hate to love and a Renaissance festival, like just all the things. Slow burn, ugh, so good. So I'm loving it. I want to consistently listen to it, do all the things just so I can listen to it. So definitely so glad that I started that. And then the next one I started was The Lies of Locke Lamora. This was Reagan from Peruse Projects, one of her top picks. I actually started watching her channel when she was reading that, and so far so good. It's definitely a lot of names and a lot of places, but I'm liking it so far. And it's pretty witty, like a lot of just like humor cleverly slid in. So I mean, I'm definitely very fresh into it on the 5th chapter, so lots more to go, but planning on reading some more right now. So I just wanted to check in and let you guys know where I was at. Okay. So we need to catch up. I've been doing some reading, but have had barely any time to myself, so I didn't have any time to talk to you guys. So I wanted to let you know how I'm doing. I stopped reading The Lies of Locke Lamora. I feel horrible saying it because it's interesting, but like I am struggling with the writing. It is so fluffy. I want to get to the characters and there's like blah 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 blah, then a really funny thing, and then blah 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 blah. So I didn't even make it 20%. I tried to make it 20% before I DNF'd anything, and I did not. I feel bad, but I'm just not in the mood to drag through this. I can 100% see why Reagan would love it, and I do maybe want to pick it up again in the future when I'm in the mood, but right now I'm just struggling my way through it, and that's just not gonna have a happy ending for anyone. So as of now, Liza Locklamora is DNF'd. I did though finish The Last True Poets of the Sea last night. I expected to love it, like to be all in, 5-star read. Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads and Allie from Hardback Hoarder loved this book. It has a 4-star average rating on Goodreads. I gave it a 3. I could not connect well. I don't know what it is, if I wanted more of like the treasure side of it or more of the relationship side, but I struggled. I really struggled. I didn't love Violet, and maybe that's hard because 90% of this book is really Violet focused. And I really started to enjoy it when Sam came into the book, her brother. So I think that that's kind of it, is maybe I just couldn't connect with Violet. I loved Orion a lot. The town was pretty cool, so I liked the atmosphere. The shipwreck part of the story I really enjoyed, but overall I just felt like I wanted more, so I was struggling. I did make it through. I gave it a 3 stars. I definitely can see why some people loved it. It wasn't the right book for me right now, but I enjoyed reading it and I'm really glad I did. The last item I'm reading, or the last thing I'm going to update you on today, is Howls Moving Castle. This is a recommendation from, oh, that's a messy. This is a recommendation from Becca on the Books, and I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of crazy, like, it's middle grade, a teenager gets turned into like a 90-year-old woman, and she goes and finds this magician that lives in a castle that moves, and the castle has this fire demon in it. It's just so entertaining. So I'm about halfway through, definitely wondering exactly where the story is going to go. And then I do know that it's actually a movie. So I'm going to see if I can find it somewhere, because I think it's older, and watch that when I'm done. But I have heard that the movie is different than the book, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, that is where I'm at. I am going to hopefully finish Howls Moving Castle in the next couple days. Just a second. And get on to the last few I have. So I realized when I was editing my Booktubers Favorite Books video that I lost some footage. I think I was running out of room on my computer and decided to delete stuff that I shouldn't. So I have 2 books to tell you about. Howls Moving Castle. Really enjoyed it. There's a couple times that I'm like, I don't really understand what the plot is, but you just went with it. I think it's a middle grade. But I liked it a lot. I'm definitely really excited to watch the movie, so I have to see if I can find that somewhere. And then, oh, Well Met. I never like finished talking about it, but I loved it so much. Gave it 5 stars. I so badly want to go to the Renaissance Festival now. It's actually going to show up in another list for a video I'm going to do soon about some of my favorite romances, hint hint. But so love that one. So all in all, like, I did really good with all of the books. You know, for the most part, there were some ups and downs, but it went good. I'm literally crouched in my bathroom because I needed some privacy, and there's actually a decent lighting in here. But anyway, I just wanted to finish up this reading my Booktubers Favorite Books with talking about The Silent Patient. That was the last one I read. I loved it. It's funny because I think Kayla from Books with Lala said that she didn't like it. And I was about halfway through it when I heard her say that, and I was like, oh, well, so far it's good. And so I can see why she didn't love it, because that last fourth of the book does get a bit illogical, but I really liked the twists and turns it takes, and I loved the psychologist look into it. I really thought that was really interesting. The mental institution and how the psychologists were working and talking, getting to be in Theo's mind and Alice's diary, not Alicia's diary. Alicia? I feel like I think I was calling her Alicia because I've seen that until I started the audiobook, and then he was like Alicia or Alicia. I don't remember how he said it, but he had an accent, the narrator. Anyway, that was a long, ridiculous ramble. But Alicia, I think. Now I'm really doubting myself. But her diary is really interesting. I liked the way it ended. Obviously, without spoilers, dumbass, but if you've read it, I would love your thoughts on the Silent Patient down below. That was Chandler's pick, one of her picks for 2019, and so I'm super happy I read it. It was a great way to end reading my Booktubers favorites. I'm so glad I did this. Reading outside your comfort zone is an awesome thing to do. Sometimes it's great and sometimes it's not. Books with Lala just did this actually, and it wasn't very good for her. So, I mean, it definitely could have gone either way, and for the most part I was very excited about what I read. So I will link her video below so you can see what I'm talking about. But anyway, thanks for coming on this journey with me. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. If you would like to see more videos like this, please give it a like, and I'd love to subscribe to see you more often. Bye, friends.